Hey YouTube, Dirk back of GC Blues. I told you I'll be back with the post game report. I have to get the sheets ready and stuff. Now, folks, once again, not only we'll have a post game report, but we'll have a pre game report because I got to work tomorrow. And so 5 games on the dock plus ours. So let's get right into it. So here we go. And so right here, there's one on the other side. So remember, folks, if you come across this video and you happen to like it, give that thumbs up doodle. It's very important. Helps contribute to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe notification. If you want to be notified every time I am notified of I upload a new video, hit that bell icon. So here we go. We'll start it off with Boston and Tampa. Enter the matchup. Boston was 44, 21, and 5 and 93 points. Tampa was 43, 20, and 7 and 93 points. Awesome. See where this is going? Now, this game had to go into an extra period. Okay, this game had to go into an extra period. And the final score was Boston 2, Tampa 1. Shots on goal were the Bruins 37, the Lightning 29. The Bruins had 28 saves with the Lightning at 35 saves. The Bruins were, Boston was 0 for 3 on the power play with the Lightning 0 for 5 on the power play. Lightning pick up a point, which is good for them. But Boston picks up the 2, and so we'll see what can happen. Next was Buffalo at Florida. Entering the matchup, Buffalo was 26, 35, 11, and 63 points. Florida was 49, 15, and 6, and 104 points. At the end of 60 minutes, the Florida Panthers beat the Buffalo Sabres by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were Panthers 43, Sabres 22. Panthers had 19 saves, where Sabres had 39. Florida was 2 for 2 on the power play, with Buffalo 1 for 4. Very big 2 points. They're 106 point. They're moving up, folks. But there's one team on their tail. That's why they haven't given the division yet. But they have clinched the playoff spot. I said they got the division. Next, the Islanders at Carolina. Enter the matchup. The New York Islanders were 32, 28, and 9 and 73 points. And Carolina was 46, 17, and 8 and 100 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, and I gotta do some funnies, okay? The New York Islanders beat the Carolina Panthers by a score of 2-1. Shots on goal, both teams had 21 shots. The New York Islanders had 20 saves. The New York Islanders had 20 saves. The Hurricanes 19. Both teams were 0 for 4 on the power play. 75th point for the Islanders. They're hanging in there in the Metropolitan Division, so anything can happen, folks. Next, my Blues taking on the Minnesota Wild. Entering this matchup, Minnesota was 43, 21, and 5 and 91 points. The Blues were 40, 21, and 10 and 90 points. This game had to go to overtime, folks. I told you this game had to go into overtime. When I was doing my Jersey video, this game had to go into overtime. And the Blues won by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were 28 for the Blues, the Wild 38. The Blues had 35 saves. The Wild had 24 saves. St. Louis was 1 for 2 on the power play. Minnesota 0 for 2 on the power play. This is the Blues' 41st win. Their 92nd point. They're now tied in points with the Wild. But the Wild have 2 more games in hand on 2 more wins higher. So the Blues do need to win tomorrow. And we'll get into that later. And finally, the nightcap. Colorado at Winnipeg. Colorado enters this matchup at 50, 14, and 6 and 106 points. Winnipeg 33, 28, and 10 and 76 points. At the end of 60 minutes, it was tied 4-4, had to go into extra period, and the Colorado Avalanche beat the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 5-4. Shots on goal. The Avalanche 37, the Jets 43. The Avalanche had 39 saves with the Jets 32, and both teams were 1 for 2 on the power play. Well, despite getting a point, Colorado picks up a very important 2. They're now at 108 points for the year. They're going to get the division, folks. You know they are. All right, let's get into tomorrow's picks and the games and where to watch these. Now remember, I tell you where to watch these games, okay? If you are in these areas where these teams, if you're a fan of any of these teams and you know where these networks are, you can watch them. Starting off with New Jersey at Dallas. Enter the matchup. Or going into this matchup, New Jersey is 24, 41, and 6 and 54 points. Dallas is 40, 26, and 4 and 84 points. I'm going Jersey for one reason. Dallas is a division rival. They're currently in the second wild card. I don't want to see them in that second wild card. I want to see someone else in that second wild card, maybe like Vegas. But guess what? Right now, it's all the Central Division in the wild card, so we'll see what can happen. Next is Washington at Pittsburgh. Oh, by the way, for Jersey and Dallas, you can watch this on Bally Sports Southwest Extra, formerly known as Bally Sports or Fox Sports Plus. Was their plus channel, now they're calling it Extra. And MSG Plus. So, MSG Plus. I think I have Nets game on. Next is Washington and Pittsburgh. Entering this matchup, Washington is 38, 22, and 10 and 86 points. Pittsburgh is 41, 21, and 10 and 92 points. I like both teams. I'm gonna go Sidney Crosby in the Pens. I think they got a good chance. Now you can watch this on ESPN Plus, ABC. This game will be seen on ABC and Sportsnet 1. And by the way, both of these, the Devils games at 2 p.m. Eastern, with the Caps and Pens at 3 Eastern. Next is Florida and Nashville. Into this matchup, Florida is 50, 15, and 6 and 106 points. Nashville is 41, 25, and 4 and 86 points. You know I'm going to go Florida. Because Nashville is a division rival. I want them out of the playoffs, so hopefully. And you can watch this game on Bally Sports South and Bally Sports Florida. Next, Calgary goes to Seattle. Going into this matchup, Calgary is 43, 19-9, and 95 points. Seattle is 23, 42, and 6, and 52 points. I'm gonna go Calgary. I think Brady Kachuk and Matthew. Brady's on the Senators. I think Matthew and the Flames will do a great job, so that's why. And you can watch this game on Sportsnet 1, Sportsnet West, and Root Sports Northwest. Next, Montreal at Toronto. Entering this matchup, or not entering, going into, entering this matchup. Montreal is 20, 40, 11, and 51 points. Toronto is 46, 19, and 6, and 98 points. I'm going Toronto because I think Toronto will do a good job beating the Montreal Canadiens. And they'll just slide farther down. And you can watch this on CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Company, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet Ontario, Sportsnet Pacific, and TVAS. Next is Columbus at Detroit. Heading into this, Columbus is 33, 33, and 6, and 72 points. Detroit is 28, 34, and 9, and 65 points. Despite both teams are out, I'm going Columbus. You take a good chance. And you can watch this game on Bally Sports South and Bally Sports Detroit, Bally Sports Detroit, and Bally Sports Ohio. Next, Ottawa and New York Rangers. Going into this matchup, Ottawa is 26, 38, and 6, and 58 points. The New York Rangers are 46, 20, and 6, and 98 points. I'm going to Rangers because, well, first off, I do think I got a good chance of winning. And Ottawa, they don't look too good. They got Brady Kachuk. But anything could happen, folks. And by the way, these next games in Florida, Nashville is at 6 Eastern. Seattle, Calgary, Seattle, Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Columbus at Detroit, and the Rangers at home against Ottawa. Those are all 7:00 Eastern, and you can watch this game, the Ottawa at the Rangers, on NHL Network, Sportsnet 360, City, which is up in Canada, TVAS2, and MSG, regular MSG. At 7:30 Eastern, the Anaheim Ducks take on the Flyers, are in Philadelphia. Entering this matchup, going into it. Anaheim is 28, 32, and 12, and 68 points. Philadelphia is 23, 37, 11, and 57 points. I'm going Ducks. I think Ducks can do it. And you can watch this on NBC Sports Pacific and KCOP Channel 13. So if you live in the LA area, you might know KCOP or KCOP Channel 13 down there. So and by the way, to anyone who watches from that station who sees my channel, I will say hi to you guys. I believe you guys are CBS affiliate down there, so we'll say hi to you. At 8 p.m. Eastern, it's the Islanders at the Blues. After this matchup, the New York Islanders are 33, 28, and 9, 75 points. The St. Louis Blues are 41, 20, and 10, and 92 points. Come on, you know who I'm going for. You know I always go for the Blues. Even though they just played tonight, I'm going for the Blues anyway because I love the Blues. I will always root for the Blues. I will never root against the Blues. Okay? And you can watch this on Valley Sports Midwest, and MSG Plus at 10 Eastern. It's San Jose and Vancouver. And going into this matchup, San Jose is 29, 32, and 9 and 67 points. Vancouver is 34, 28, and 10 and 78 points. I'm going Sharks. I think the Sharks will devour Vancouver. And you can watch this on Sportsnet 1, City, both in Canada, Sportsnet Pacific, also in Canada, and NBC Sports California. Oh, and by the way, the first NBC Sports I said Pacific, is NBC Sports Philadelphia. Philadelphia. NBCSP stands for NBC Sports Philadelphia. Also at 10 o'clock Eastern, Arizona visits the Vegas Golden Knights. Entering this matchup, the Arizona Coyotes are 22, 44, and 5 and 49 points. The Golden Knights of Vegas are 39, 29, and 4 and 82 points. I'm going Vegas because I hope they can make the playoffs. Made the playoffs every year so far, so let's hope they continue it. And you can watch this game on AT&T Sportsnet Rocky Mountain and Valley Sports Extra. I think they got a Diamondback game going on that day, so that's why. And finally, the final game. These extra games are the nightcaps. This is the nightcap. Colorado at Edmonton at 10 p.m. Eastern. Colorado goes into this matchup at 51, 14, and 6, and 108 points. Edmonton is 42, 25, and 5, and 89 points. I will never root for Colorado because of their owner. That's why I'm picking Edmonton. And that will do it for tonight. Boy, oh boy, 2 videos in one night. So that'll do it, folks. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the post-game report. 12 games on the dock. Can you believe it? Oh, and by the way, where to watch these games, by the way? Where to watch these games? CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Company, Sportsnet East, Sportsnet Ontario, Sportsnet West, TVAS2, and Altitude, which is Colorado's little channel they have. So that is it, folks. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the post-game report for tomorrow's games. And we'll get ready for a great season, folks. It's heating up. Only 8 teams make the playoffs, folks. Who will get those spots and where will they be and who will win? Find out in the coming days. And as always, folks, I love you guys. And stay safe. Take care. Remember, the Lord's watching you. I'll see you guys soon. Till then.